Hello, hello, good people. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Shauna. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming to the page. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share the page. I love to read your comments as well. So make sure that you comment on any information that piques your interest. This one is going to be a really good one. We're going to talk about what happened this week, this political lynching of the South that we are witnessing. That's what I'm going to talk about in this episode. But first, down below, you can see the correct spelling of my name. You have my IG handle there. Please do me a favor. Go to my IG page right now and follow. Right now, IG is doing their whole little silencing of folks, and they're trying to change the algorithm and the number. And the more things that I post, especially on the federal level politically, the more of these, what do you call it? Shadow banning that they do to my page. So that's what's happening right now. So just show them something different. Say, hey, no, I want to follow this person. Because right now, if you're not following me, you cannot see my content. So please follow me on IG. And then lastly, you have my Cash App down there, 1111 Oracle. Please, if you love to bless a sister, bless a sister. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there as well. Hope you have an amazing, amazing Mother's Day. Okay, let's dive into this political lynching that we are witnessing in the South. So right now under attack is Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, specifically because Memphis was the only blue dot in the entire state, and now that is gone. That happened this week. Louisiana, the governor of Louisiana, Landry, they have an election that's happening right now. And with that SCOTUS ruling that came down in regards to redistricting maps, what Landry did was pull out all the House races. He pulled them all off the ballot. Well, basically, those votes won't count for those sections of the ballot. But Louisiana, listen up. You still must go vote. There's still local people on your ballot. And then there are, I think there are 5 Constitution measures that are on the ballot as well. According to my sources, these are things that Landry that they tried to pass before, and Louisiana said no, and so they're back on the ballot under this new governor. And what you can do, Louisiana, to let your governor know how pissed off you are, is to go vote and vote all of those constitutional changes down. Vote them down. Vote no. No, you don't get to have what you want if we don't get to have our say in our vote, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to take away the Black vote. Alabama had protests this week as well. Alabama state is trying to do the same thing. Mississippi, I'm being told Tater is going to be doing his thing next. Florida just joined Texas, and the Satan just redistrict the maps himself. He's like, we're not having a conversation about it. We're not voting on it. I'm just going to do it myself. So Florida has followed Texas. And then here's an interesting thing that I really think you need to pay attention to. Virginia put the redistricting on a ballot. They let their constituents vote, and I believe, 3 million Americans, Virginians, voted in favor of redistricting the maps. And they were fine. It was all celebrated. And just on Thursday or Friday, there's a court in Virginia, a judge in Virginia, that came and said it was null and void. It does not count. And so Virginia, not only what they did was, they didn't, how should I put this? Basically, Virginia snatched a vote away from voters. Because this has already happened. They've already voted for these maps to be changed. And what this one judge did in the state of Virginia was said, oh, it's null and void. So they literally erased an entire election, not just maps, an election. And this is something that we really need to keep our eye on because it will be the next step. If things don't go in their favor, Republicans will try to find a judge to rescind whatever so your votes don't even count. So an election doesn't even count. So please keep your eye on this. Let's see. What else? What else? So yeah, what I would suggest for Virginians, you need to pull up. You voted on that. The people have spoken, and you need to let all of those legislators in your state capital, let them know we said what we said, and we want to redistrict the maps. I know that there were appeals that went out immediately, and let the law do its thing. But in the meantime, in between time, Virginians, pull up. We need to start making these people's lives as uncomfortable as possible. You don't get to be comfortable until I'm comfortable, until the people are comfortable. That is the message that we should send. You remember when here recently, when Congress went on vacation, while I believe we're still in a partial government shutdown. I think we might still be in a partial government shutdown, although people got like that first check or first two checks. But anywho, at the beginning of it, when Congress, and this was right around Easter, started leaving for the Easter holiday, and how TMZ was following them around and outing them for leaving town, that's the type of discomfort they need to receive in Virginia. Okay. Y'all need to be on their asses. Do not take the foot off of their necks. How about that? Do not do that until they rectify what they did in Virginia, because you had a vote. Virginians took the time to get a petition together, got enough signatures for the petition, got it on the ballot. It got on the ballot. People voted in favor of it. And now this one judge is going to come and snatch all of that away? Oh, hell no. Pull up, Virginia. Pull up to the state capitol. We're experiencing Jim Crow 2.0. This is just an attack on Black power and Black protections. That's what this is. And we're seeing it happening in the South. But here's what I want to say to everyone else. It will not stop in the South. The South is the testing grounds. Please understand that. Not only is the South the testing grounds, but the rest of us need to be supporting the people in the South. If I had millions of dollars, what I would be doing, Oprah, LeBron James, all the billionaires and millionaires who can hear my voice, Black billionaires and millionaires that can hear this, what I would be doing with my money is, okay, some shit popping off in Virginia. Who wants to get on a plane? Let's fill up a couple of planes. Let's send them to help the people in Virginia. Oh, Memphis is in the streets. Okay, let's fill up a couple of planes and buses. Let's send some people to Memphis. Let's help out the people in Memphis. Oh, they think they can run over Louisianans? Oh, hell no, not on my watch. Let me get some planes. Let me get a boat. Anybody want to get on a train? Let's buy some train tickets. That's what I would be doing with my money. If you are a celebrity, you are athlete, you are, I don't know, media mogul, and you're sitting on that type of money, and you don't want to necessarily be the face of anything because you don't want to mess up the brand, pay for some shit. Pay for the other people who are willing to be on the ground and using their voices. Pay for that shit. That's what I would be doing. All right, so we should all be, our brother's keepers, period. Whether you're spreading the message, spreading the word, getting people there, calling your relatives that might be in the state, might not know. I've already covered my people in Louisiana. I've already sent texts and phone calls. Hey, wake up. Listen, all is not lost. Still take your ass to vote and make sure that you're voting down these constitutional changes that your Governor Landry wants. We need consistent, sustained protests, not this one-off, one day. And I'm not going to call it bullshit because it's all effective when it adds up. But we need consistent, prolonged, sustained protest, labor and economic and in the streets protest. That's what we need. Dear Black people, you can protest by withholding your dollars. Withhold your dollars. Again, this is why I hope and pray that the Essence Fest says, fuck you, Landry. We're not coming to Louisiana this year. All those millions of dollars that you make off of Black and brown bodies that show up for Essence Fest, guess what? You're not getting it this year. And yes, it will hurt the people in New Orleans. Yes, it will hurt the state of Louisiana. But even bigger than that, it will send a message, a definitive message that we're not fucking around anymore. If you do our people wrong, you will not get our money. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care what state where we originate. I don't care how long this festival has been here. I don't care how long this sporting event has been held here. That's the messaging we need to be sending. And we are only surpassed by the Latin community in regards to spending power. This is the tool. Labor and economic. Y'all stop being afraid to do that shit. We have to be our brother's keeper. I'm reminded of, and I posted this today, that that scene in Malcolm X, Malcolm X, where Denzel plays Malcolm X, and the police harm one of the people in the community, and all Denzel or Malcolm X brings the whole Muslim Nation of Islam in, and they line up in front of the police department, and then you got the community as well behind them chanting no justice, no peace, like or we deserve justice. But that's what we need. That's what we need. We are our brother's keeper, and we will pull up whenever you're doing some fucked up shit, whether they're in the Nation of Islam or not, because I don't think this individual was at that time. Whether you are part of whatever organization, Congressional Black Caucus, NAACP, whatever the organization is, D9, we're going to pull up because you're harming our people. And also, lastly, I want Alabama, I want you to remember the fade in the water. Remember the fade in the water. We all do. That was a beautiful day. We celebrate it every August, the fade in the water. Sometimes you have to be innovative, creative, and you got to use some different tools. And the way that young man jumped off of that steamboat and swam over the shore to help his coworker, and then all the Black people from wherever they came out of the restaurant, they came off the boat, they were coming to his defense. That's what we need. We need the fade in the water. We need the I am my brother's keeper. We need I've got your back. We need the one band, one sound. That's what we need. Get information. We need to all be showing up. So every time something goes down, whether it's Memphis, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi is next, according to my sources, Florida, Texas, Virginia, wherever they're doing this bullshit, we all need to pull up. And if you can't pull up in the area, you need to be talking about it. You need to be promoting it. You need to be calling. You need to be texting. Hey, this is going on downtown, your state's capital. Get over there. And for those people in our community who have the funds and have the resources, you might not even have to use your funds. Just sometimes your influence and your face will get some things done. And if you can say, hey, you know what? I can't be the face of this because I don't want this, but I'll make sure that the money happens. I'll make sure that the buses happen. I'll make sure that the flight tickets happen. I'll make sure that carpool, whatever happens, I'm gonna make sure that happens. Be that person. Be that person. We got too many of, God, we got too many. I'm not even gonna list them because it just really hurts me to my core to see all of these Black celebrities and athletes lining up behind that orange menace to society. We've got enough of that. We see that all day. Be different. Be different. Make sure that your people can show up as a legion of Black people to support other Black people. If you have the means of doing that, if you could just make a few phone calls and make some shit happen, make it happen. But that's what we need to do. Show up for one another and show out. Because right now, this is a political lynching that we are witnessing. I'll be back with more information.